So how many channels are you broadcasting out on in regards to content? I'm interested to know if you want to put a number in the comments below. That would be awesome. So if you're like going out on like Facebook and Twitter, just put 2 in there or whatever. We're currently out on 13 channels. So I personally am actually broadcasting out on 13 separate channels. And there's a reason for that. And some of those channels are fairly obscure. And we're actually adding another 2, I think it is. And there's a reason I do that. Is like I'm using Vero, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. I'm very interested in that social network. I like the approach of it. I like their whole sort of idea behind creating that. We're using Telegram as well. You know, there's a lot of different channels I'm using. Now, the reality is most of them I have little to no engagement on. But my point is that when you're just focusing on Facebook, or you're just focusing on Instagram or Twitter, or maybe you're just doing a combination of 3, that's great, and that's where the majority of people are. But here's the thing, there's a lot of people, myself included, who are on about, like, you know, they're looking for something else. You know, the irony about things is obviously, you know, I help clients, you know, advertise on Facebook, and, you know, and I'm on Facebook myself. I don't generally, on my personal profile, I don't tend to engage that much at all on it. Prime example, a friend of mine actually messaged me back in March, and I only just realized that the message was sent. And here we are in April. No, we're not in April, we're in July. What am I going on about? So all your, you know, so if I was your target audience, right, and you were just focusing on Facebook, I would never see your stuff, ever. Now, I'm on Twitter. I tend to engage in Twitter a little bit more, but it's highly unlikely I would see your stuff because Twitter is so much noise, it would be very difficult. So how would you get your services in front of me? And that's a question that I always get my team and myself to ask ourselves when we're on about content. And so this was the whole driving point of, like, how many channels are you actually out on? Because you've got to go where there's any audience at all, and it's really easy to get out to those channels as well. So I mean, like, you know, Instagram, you know, if you right now, I would actually say that you could probably reach me in terms of advertising via Instagram pretty easily. I definitely, you know, I tend to see more ads on there. LinkedIn, you know, if you're putting content out there, I'm going to be able to see that. You know, so as an example, the point is that if you just focused on 1 or 2, you're not going to get anywhere. You know, I'm on Quora a lot as well. Again, you know, that would be a place. It's the whole point of it is, you know, and we all like to live in sort of this utopian society where we only need to pick one channel and everybody just loves us. The reality is that you are up against noise, and you're up against an awful lot of it. And so when you're producing content, you've got to think of it in terms of, how do I adjust the content for that particular social channel, and how do I get that onto that channel at scale? And you need to be asking that question about all of them. So like I said, I mean, right now we do I think it's 12 or 13 actually. I can actually look. So obviously we've got let's have a look here. Yeah, I've got Vero, Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, Medium, Quora, WhatsApp, did I say Facebook, LinkedIn, and I think we're going, there's a couple of YouTube alternatives. I think there's the old one, I can't remember what it's called. Is it Vimeo? I don't know what it's called. And then there's a couple of YouTube alternatives we're going to put out on as well. So we're pushing content out onto all of those spaces. The engagements on a lot of them are ridiculously low. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You've got the content there. The chances is that one of your clients could literally be sitting there, a future large client. One of a decent sized client of ours actually came through a very, very obscure channel that we were pushing out on at the time. Thinking about it, we actually don't use that anymore, so I probably need to check up on that. But he was a decent sized client, and he came through, he saw our stuff on there, and he ended up connecting with me personally via the channel. We ended up moving the conversation to LinkedIn, and then from there we got on the phone, and he was pre-sold. I mean, it was already a case of, I know I need you, Steve, and I need your agency, Steve, to kind of do what I want to do. So let's get on and do it. So how many channels are you broadcasting out on? Do you have any, hints and tips that you could give out to people? Hopefully I've given you some here today. I'm always looking for extra ones as well. And, so let me know in the comments below. And also, if you like Banana Army, you got to let me know in the comments as well. All right, thanks.